Hey everybody! We're back with some new 2017 YouTube Tuesdays. And I don't know about you, but I've finally got all of my Christmas decorations down. And I'm just going to pat myself on the back because that was a lot of stuff. Everything's in a box, lights wound up, put in the basement, and the tree is on the curb. So I am ready to look into the new year, and I'm excited about books that are coming out this year. Do you have a to be read pile? I have a huge piles around my house that are stacked with books that I haven't read yet that I really want to get to. So today's video is all about my to be read pile, and this is just a little glimpse into that. It's definitely not a conclusive list of what I want to read this year. Some of them are books that are just coming out, and some of them are books that have been out for a while, but that are just new to me, or that I just haven't gotten to yet. So here we go. And I think my list, for whatever reason, I kind of didn't set out for it to be this way, but my list has more of a civil rights activist bent to it. It's a little, I think I'm consciously and subconsciously looking for books with more diversity this year. And so a lot of my books are good stories on their own, but also have an element of that in them. My first book that I want to read soon is called Josephine, and it's by Patricia Powell with pictures by Christian Robinson. And this is the biography of performer and civil rights activist Josephine Baker. And this won the Coretta Scott King Award the year that it came out for its illustrations by Robinson. And they're just really bright and colorful, and they have almost like a mid-century modern feel to them. They remind me of a picture book that I would find from the 1970s, like saturated colors, and they're just really fun to look at. And the story is great. I mean, she led a really exciting life. You know, it tells about her life in Paris and performing, and also her struggle with discrimination, and finally getting to come back to America because for a long time she couldn't perform in America because she was black. So yeah, this looks like a really fun book. Probably not for my preschooler, probably something me and my fourth grader will sit down and read together. My next book on my pile is called Preaching to the Chickens, and it's by Jabari Asim and E.B. Lewis. And John Lewis is the main character of this story. And he was a real person. He was a civil rights leader. He was a freedom rider. And he was also a U.S. congressman. And when he was a kid, he lived on a farm. And he would practice giving speeches to the farm animals, specifically the chickens. And he would pretend to be like the preacher in his church. And he would preach to the chickens, obviously, like the title says. He would also baptize the chicks, which I think is really cute. And again, the pictures in this look beautiful. They have kind of a different style from Josephine. They're more of like a watercolor, oil paint, like a painting. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. Again, probably one for me and my fourth grader. A little bit less of a preschooler vibe there. The next one is one that I'm really interested in. And I can honestly say, I love Mexican culture. I love Mexican food, especially. Who doesn't? And I'm really fascinated by like Mayan and Aztec things. But I can't say that I've ever read a Mexican legend. I don't even know what a typical Mexican legend sounds like or what the characters are. So I was really fascinated by this. It's called The Princess and the Warrior, A Tale of Two Volcanoes. And apologies to the author's last name. I'm going to butcher it. It's by Duncan Tonatiuh. Again, sorry, Mr. Duncan. And it's one of Mexico's favorite legends. And when I was looking at the cover of it, it almost has a Romeo and Juliet vibe. It's about two kind of star-crossed lovers, and they can't get married, and they end up turning into two volcanoes that stay beside each other forever. And the pictures have a very, almost like the kind of drawings you'd see on a temple wall, like a Mayan temple. Like they have that two-dimensional look to them. So I think this is going to be an interesting read, like nothing I've ever read before. And my last book that I'm going to share with you is called The Polar Bear by Jenny Desmond. And you might be familiar with Jenny Desmond. This is a follow-up to her really popular book, The Blue Whale. And both of these have kind of, the polar bear and the blue whale have the same kind of formula. They're nonfiction information books. They share a lot of facts about the animal, like in the blue whale. Tons of facts about blue whales, where they live, what do they eat, their migration patterns, different things like that. But what makes it a little different from just an encyclopedia or, just a facts book is the beautiful artwork. And there's definitely a spark of creativity in there that I love. So I'm excited to read The Polar Bear from Jenny. And those are 4 of my to-be-read books. I'm sure I'm going to find lots and lots and lots more as the year goes on. What's on your to-be-read pile? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like what you hear and see, please go subscribe to my channel, check out my blog, booktomato.net, and follow me on Instagram at BookTomatoKidsBooks. Have a great day, guys. Bye.